nuclear power plant in Ukraine tonight. And we are now a week into this bloody invasion by Russia. The Ukrainian people are fighting for their sovereignty, their lives. Here with more reaction, ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Republican Congressman from Texas, Mike McCaul, who, by the way, is headed tomorrow to Europe, to the Ukraine border. Congressman, as I look at what's unfolding at this nuclear power plant, as I look at this 40-mile convoy that seems poised to invade and take over Kyiv, it's not looking good for Ukraine tonight, from my vantage point. Yours? What do you think?
No, I completely agree, Sean. I think Putin has made the decision. I think the initial invasion, he underestimated the strength of the resistance, the Ukrainians. He's now made the decision to bring the hammer down. And so what I think you're going to see, I mean, to attack a nuclear power plant is one of the most reckless, dangerous things I've ever seen. And this is 6 times the size of Chernobyl and could have 6 times as much damage. You have this convoy that, for God's sakes, Keith Kellogg's right. Why weren't we arming Ukraine with better weapons? If they had the A-10 Warthog, these would be sitting ducks taken out that would not be able to go to Kyiv. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to create a ring of steel with these tanks surrounding Kyiv, and then they're just going to blast it. And they don't care about civilian casualties anymore.
This is, I think, a logical question, because if that 40-mile convoy makes it to Kyiv, to me, the only outcome is going to be a massacre. I hope and pray I'm wrong, but that's what I believe will happen. So my question is, you have even Google satellite images. We know where this convoy is. We know they've been there now for, what, 2 days? They haven't moved. Why has there been no effort at all to take out that convoy? And I'm not saying by the U.S., but I'm saying by Ukraine. I know we have armed them with javelins. Apparently, Europe is also sending javelins and Stinger missiles. Why aren't they using them?
Well, that's the very question I asked to the intelligence community. As you say, if we do it, we provoke an Article 5, and we'll be in a world war with Russia. But they do have MiGs that they could fly. They do have these Turkish, drones that could fly in and cause a lot of disruption. I'm not sure why they haven't launched some of this, but here's the fact, Sean. They're running out of weapons. This administration, and I signed off on a lot of this stuff, held on to this stuff since last November, and they finally got it in to Ukraine just days before the invasion started. And now we're told by Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, but now it's too dangerous to get these weapons in. That's precisely why I want to go to the border to see, are we getting these weapons into these people? They're saying we don't want American troops, but we need the weapons, and that's what's most important right now.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions, any ideas in terms of what U.S. policy should be? From my vantage point, no boots on the ground under any conditions, A. B, continue to provide the Javelin anti-tank missiles and Stinger missiles, which I think other European countries are also providing. And third, America and Europe have got to tomorrow stop buying Russian oil and Russian gas and Russian energy. That would be the one sanction that actually works. All this talk about tough sanctions, to me, I feel like we've been lied to. You know, we were told we've stopped Vladimir Putin's ability to access banking, but I doubt he's continuing to send all those hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil and all that natural gas to Europe if he wasn't getting paid. So there's got to be a loophole in there somewhere, and which means that probably Joe Biden and other allies lied to us. You think he's going to give it to us for free? Because I don't believe that. That means there's a loophole in that banking sanction. Your thoughts?
Every one of these sanctions has a carve-out exception for Russian energy to be imported from Europe and, yes, the United States of America. We should not import one drop of Russian oil that's the lifeblood of Russia, but now is spilling blood in Ukraine. And this is unconscionable.
How dumb is that we're actually making Putin and Russia rich and rewarding this behavior? It's Ukraine. Granted, I've been critical of their government over the years and corruption in Ukraine. Quid pro quo Joe is one example. But with that said, it's a sovereign country. He's killing innocent men, women, and children. And, you know, if you have a conscience and a soul, you know, you want to provide them the ability to fight back and not fund the guy that is wreaking havoc on the entire world. But, Congressman, I have to run. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you. Here with more is Fox and Friends.